Hey crafty friends, welcome back to Crafter Support. Today I'm kicking off my Master Your Cricut Joy and Cricut Joy Extra classes. Each week through the series, you will have printables that will be in the description box you can click on and print out or save to your phone, whatever you'd like to do. And it'll just be step by step of what I'm going through in the video, so it's something you could print out and then stick into a binder or a folder, and you'll be able to just kind of reflect back on, and a little notes section for you to take notes. So I think it's really important that, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying that if you have the right tools, you can do almost any job. Well, this I kind of agree with. If you have the right tools with your Cricut, you can make pretty much whatever you want. So that's kind of where I wanted to start with this, is to show you guys the basic tools that I think you need and will benefit you to get the jobs done that you want to make. So this is the Cricut Joy. If you don't have it, I do measure it on here, but I'm going to have a whole nother video on the sizes, showing you each operation that you can make. So we'll be making things on these machines and we'll be comparing them to each other, and it'll just give you more insight on the machine either that you already own or that you're thinking of buying, and so you can make a good judgment on which one you want. So these are all the mats for the Cricut Joy. So you can purchase a card making mat, and we're going to be making cards. I'm going to show you how to do that. So there's a card mat. There's the 4.5 by 6.5 mat. And these all have protective covers on them, so that way they are sticky, and they need to be sticky to hold your material down. And then they have the 4.5 by 12 inch. And these are the ones I use the most. I just think they're the easiest ones to pull out and use. But they do have the green, which is the standard grip, and then the light grip is the blue mat. There is no purple mat for the Joy or the Joy Extra. So we have those mats. Now the machines are matless working also, and you can just use smart vinyl material in it. But I don't want to jump into that too quick. I just wanted to give you the mat sizes. Okay, so this is the Joy Extra. It has the same exact blade and housing that the Cricut Joy uses, which is great because anything for the Joy you can use for the Joy Extra. So you don't have to buy anything new or replace all of your Joy things with the Joy Extra products, because they're all the same. And that's just our standard blade. There's only one blade for the Cricut Joy. You don't need, it doesn't operate with any other blades than the standard blade. All right, so here is the card mat for the Cricut Joy Extra. And obviously it's a bit wider because it has a bigger base. So here is the Joy one, and you can see the size difference. And you can make many different size cards. It has the nice covering over it. I do like that the Joy Extras is kind of like shimmery. It's kind of, I can't think of the word offhand, but it's like more of a white, and you can see the cover. I wish all the covers were made like that instead of the clear, because they're sometimes hard to see when you lay them down. But again, there's only the standard grip and the light grip mats available for the Cricut Joy Extra as well. And so now we're going to be moving on to the next item. So now the Cricut Portable Trimmer is what it's called, the actual name of it. It's a very great trimmer. I really like this trimmer. I only use mine for Cricut things. So if it's a Cricut brand, I use this trimmer. I am very brand specific. If a company makes a trimmer to go with their product, that's what I'm going to use with their product, because I believe that's what works best. That's just my opinion, but this trimmer is super cheap. It's like maybe $15. If you buy the accessory kit with it, it might be a little bit more, but it's totally worth it. So here are the different weeding tools. So weeding is when it's just like in a garden, you're picking out all the pieces that you don't want or need on your project. This one is from the Dollar Tree. It works just like the ones from Cricut. The only thing is that I would say about this one is the handle's a little different. There's like little divots, if you could see right there, that you're kind of further away from the tip of it, but it still works great. So you don't have to order the Cricut one. You can get one from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so this one, specifically the triangle one, came with my Cricut Joy Extra. It's the same thing. It's a weeding tool. I have never used it, so I don't know how well it works. I use my Cricut one the most, to be honest. I use my longer Cricut ones. They work for me. They all pretty much do the same thing, but they do feel different in your hand. It just depends on what you're most comfortable using. Okay, so here is a huge one. I suggest tweezers for working with projects. If you can't tell, like, my favorite is the reversible tweezers. They're my absolute favorite. So basically, a reversible tweezer is it holds it for you. You only press in whenever you're trying to open them. And it just makes it easy for gluing things together or peeling things apart. It's like an extra hand is what it is. And I do have 3 of those. I use them all the time. These ones are the really pointy ones, and these help with weeding sometimes as well if I really need to get a piece up. And these ones came with my brayer. And I use those for paper. When I cut paper and I need to lift it off gently, if it's like a small circle or something, that one gets it off really, really easy. But I highly recommend the reversible tweezers if you just want one pair of tweezers. So next, we're going to go into the Cricut spatulas. Now, these also you can get at the Dollar Tree. As a matter of fact, I think the one in my right hand is from the Dollar Tree. It works just like the Cricut ones. I recommend it. I use it all the time. For my spatulas, I just reach for whatever one's closest, and that's the one I use. But they're almost exactly the same thing. So I do recommend that you get them at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. So the next is the Cricut scrapers. I love the big Cricut scraper, and you would use this for scraping excess material off of your mat, or when you're laying a project down, you can scrape it so that it sticks. There's so many uses for your scrapers. This one is from Cricut. The large one is from Cricut. The medium one is just from an off company from Amazon. They all work the same. You can use the side of a gift card to scrape your stuff down. I just think these ones fit nicely in my hand and they're comfortable, so they came with it like in a package, so I'm happy to use these. But this is also good if you work with washi tape or do planning, because it's easy to like rip your washi tape straight by putting it like up against the edge of the washi tape. All right, and this is the True Control knife from Cricut. This knife is like a game changer for pretty much any sort of cutting that you need to do that you wouldn't normally use scissors for. So how you change the blade is you just push the back end, and this helps cut your vinyl. This opens boxes. This does it all pretty much. It's super sharp. You want to keep that cap. It's easy to hold, nice grip. You'll be using it a lot, I promise. Now, this is a brayer. This is something that's good to use with every project that you're using your mat with. And this just helps adhere the mat or adhere the material onto your mat. And we'll be going over that in the next video when we get into the machine and really start loading the machine with projects and cutting. So another thing I recommend is a roller. This is a Cricut roller. It's clear. I like having them clear because then I can kind of see my measurements better, but one like this will work just as fine. This is like a material one, like a rubbery one, and I really like this one for when I'm doing shirts and things like that. But I do like the clear one whenever I'm cutting out designs on paper and things. I can kind of see where my lineups are better. But definitely you need a roller, but any roller, like I said, will work. All right, so the next thing is the Cricut Access. Cricut Access is a subscription that you pay for monthly, or you can pay for it all at one time, but it's a valuable resource for crafters of any and all skill levels, providing access to a vast library of images, fonts, and projects, exclusive content, cost savings, convenience, and inspiration. I highly recommend this. I know that some people, they don't necessarily recommend that, but I do. I think it helps beginners. Even if you just have it for a short period of time, you definitely want to try it out. You get a free month subscription with it when you sign on to your sign up with your Cricut, and it's totally worth it, guys. So the only thing I wanted to add here in the notes is if you plan on using HTV or iron on vinyl with your Cricut, you're going to need a heat press. I do not recommend a regular iron. Regular irons have holes, and you don't get even heating. So I do recommend some sort of heat press and a heat mat, so a mat for pressing. They have all different brands on Amazon. I'm not just here to like promote Cricut. I'm here to give you the information that can help you. So again, even with all of the other things, you don't have to buy Cricut product. You don't have to buy Cricut vinyl. You don't have to buy Cricut paper. I don't use Cricut paper because it's not my favorite. I use Stampin' Up! Paper. So if you have a favorite brand or you like something, try it out with your Cricut. You don't have to just go with Cricut products. So I hope this was informative for you guys. I hope you follow along in this series. Every Monday, keep coming back to check. Print the printables out. You'll have all the information I just talked about. And I think that's everything for today's video, guys. I hope you're excited for this. I know this was kind of like just the bare basics, but I wanted you to know the information before we jumped into working with your machine. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.